Good evening, everyone. Treasure Troller here from the militant state of Michigan, where Gretchen Whitmer signed in a law specifically targeting Treasure Troller so that he cannot vlog and drive at the same time. So tonight I wanted to talk real briefly about this little Jim Harbaugh NCAA violation thing. It's never being a Wolverine fan, being a fan of the football team. It's makes you a little bit nervous at times. Usually halfway, 3/4 of the way through the season, they talk about, well, if Jim Harbaugh is going to stay or if he's going to return to the NFL. And I think right now we know that he's going to return to the NFL. I'm just going to say that right now. This is probably the best situation for him to be able to leave and not have the fans put the sole blame on him to want to move back and leave the program. And here's why. Supposedly, he committed some sort of NCAA violations during COVID when they had some restricting recruiting during COVID, and he apparently broke those. And he, I guess, didn't fess up to the NCAA, or maybe he was a bit misremembering things. We'll call it, instead of lying, we'll call it misremembering. So anyways, they gave him sort of a Hunter Biden sweetheart deal with a 4-game suspension for this year. And it was going to be the first 4 games of the year, which were all the non-conference cream puffs. He could go to practice. He could talk to the team. He could be on campus. He just couldn't coach on Saturday, on game day. So that's what everyone kind of thought was going to happen. Well, then the NCAA said, nah. We're going to look into this a little bit more, and the sanctions are not going to come down till next year. And I would think that it's a very good possibility that it would be a lot more than 4 games and just not being there on Saturdays. It's probably going to be much more than that. The punishment is going to fit the crime, by God. Forget about all this NIL deals and transfer portals and all these kids transferring and all this kind of shit. We're going to really crack down on this misremembering thing. So, what a better time to leave a program when they're going to unfairly, in the eyes of, I'm sure, all the Wolverine fans, unfairly slap down some pretty heavy restrictions on him or some sanctions. Maybe he's gone for a year, and who knows, maybe even the university gets a little bit of sanctions as well. I'm not sure how bowl games are going to work anymore with all this, with all these number of teams entering into the playoff picture. But what better time to leave when you don't have to worry about sanctions in the NFL? The fans won't blame you for leaving. They'll blame the NCAA. Who knows if the buyout thing goes into effect when you leave like that because of sanctions. So I think this will be the last year Harbaugh coaches at Michigan. So Treasure Troller is going to be the first to say it. So you're just going to have to enjoy this year with Harbaugh, because I doubt that he will be back after this. So this is Treasure Troller saying aloha and good day.